Introduction. What is Journey to the Mysterious Land? If you love big adventures, amazing places, and fun stories, then Journey to the Mysterious Land is a movie you will really enjoy. This film came out in the year 2012. It is a follow up to the first movie called Journey to the Center of the Earth, will came out in 2008. Both movies are about traveling to places that most people think are not real. But in these films, those places turn out to be very real indeed. Journey to the mysterious land is what people is Hollywood call a family adventures films that means it was made so that parents, children, and even grandparents can all watch together and have a great time. It is not to scare, it is not to bring, it has funny moment, extreme action, sweet films, moments, and a lot of wonders. The movie is based on the idea of the famous book called The Mysterious Land, which was written by a very old and famous writer named Jolliverry. Jolliverry lived in France and wrote stories about adventures and expressions back in the 1000. He wrote may famous books like 20,000 Leges Urdu, the Sia, and around the world in 80 days. That stories were always full of imagination. He wrote about things like submarines, filming, matching, and hidden woods long before those things even existed in real life. People called have him a Veracini, which means someone who can imagine the future before it happens. In Journey to the story user idea from July Venner's book, but puts them into a modern world with modern collections. The result is a fun and exciting adventures that feels both classic and fresh at the same time. The movie was directed by Brad Pachan, who is known for making action actor movies. The main stars of the film are Dwayne Johnson, Josh Hutcherson, Material. Each of these actors brings something special to the story, and together they make a them that is both funny and touching. In the guide, we are going to the truth everything about journey to the mysterious land. We will tell the full story from beginning to end. We will talk about the chapters, the island, the dams, the fun factors, and much movies. We will use easy and clear words so that anyone can read this and enjoy it. Whether you have already seen the movie and want to know more, or you have never seen it and want to find out what it is all about, this guide of is for you. So sit back, get comfortable, and let you take a journey together into one of the most fun adventure movies of the 2010s. To a quick look at the movie before we dive deep into the story. Let us give you a quick overview of journey. The mysterious slant then of this as the short version before the long version. The movie follows a tangling boy named Sia. Adversion Saint is 7 years old and loves adventures. He lives with his mother, but his father is not around much. His mother has a new boyfriend named Hutcherson, who Sia does not like very much. At first, Hank is a big, strong, and kind man who really wants to connect with Sia and be a good part of his life. At the beginning of the movie, Sean gets a string coded messages that he believes is from his grandfather Alexander Anderson. Expressive is someone who believes in the idea that this is a mysterious island hidden somewhere in the ocean. This island is depicted in three famous books by, by three different writers. Sia has been truth about this land by this grandfather and the disparity want to find it. Sia and Hand came up and trail to Palu, which is a real island nation in the Pacific account from these they hear a Halcor pilot named Gobot and his superiorities to be after a very rough ride through a dangerous storm. They crash land on the island itself. The island is real. It is a stirring, magical places where everything is the opposite of what you might expect. Small things are huge, and huge things are small. Tiny expanse walk around, giants bees fly through the sky. Flowers are the size of trees. The island is beautiful but also fun of the danger. On the island they find Alexstrus who has been living three for a while. Together the group example the island and discoveries it may strength, but they also realize something very scary. The His land is sinking. It is going beneath the ocean, and if they do not get off in time, they will all go down with it. The rest of the movies is about finding a way to escape. It is full of chances, discoveries, arguments, teamwork, and hurt. By the end, Shane and Hank have grown much closer, and the family has been changed in a wonderful way. That is the victory. Now let us to gather the full story step by step. 3. The full story scene by scene. The movie starts in a city at night. We see a young man running through the streets on the motorway. This is Shane Anderson. He is clearly doing some things he should not be doing. Police are chasing him. He reads fast and tries to get away, but eventually the police match him. They bring him home. She does not seem to right. He has a notification about him that comes from someone who thinks they can handle anything. But when he gets home, he has face Hank. Hank is the man dating Shane's mother. Hank is played by Dwayne Johnson, who is a very famous actor now by his nickname The Rock. Hank is huge and strong, but he is also calm and reasonable. He does not yell at scene. In he tries to take him like an equal. This opening gives us a good look at who Sin is. Very he is brave, a little reckless, smart, and very passionate about adventures. He is also clearly not happy about Hank being in his life. He sees Hank as an outside who does not understand him. The candid messages after the truthful with the police, something acting happens. Shane receives a coded audio. Sixth, he has been estranged on a special frequency, hoping to hear from his grandfather, Alexander's, and now, finally, these in the message. Scene tries to decode the messages himself, but it is very complicated. Complicated. He works hard on it, but he cannot crack it on his own. Then, to his surprise, Hank sits down and helps him. Hank has a background in the Navy and knows about codes. Turn the coded messages after the trouble with the police. Something exciting happiness since receive a coded radio site he has been listing on the special frequency, hoping to hear from his grandfather Alexander, and now finally there is a message. Shane tries to decode the message himself, but it is very complicated. He works hard on it, but he cannot crack it on his own. Then, to his surprise, Hank sits down and helps him. Hank has a background in the Navy and knows about codes. Together, they figure out the message. This is a turning point in their relationship. For a moment, they are not a stepfather and a stubborn tanger. They are just Two people working together on a puzzle. It is a small but important moment that shows they clearly have things in common. The messages decoded messages gives coordinates which are like an addresses on a map. It also includes references to three books by Julius Van Reboot, Los Stravensons, Trailers, Slant, and Jonathan Swift. According to Alexander Message, these three books all describe the same real place, the mysterious land seen in thirds. He wants to go find his grandfather Hank, who also want to cannot with sin and do something meaningful together. Agrees to go. Sin's mother is serious about this plan, but she lets them go touring that Hank will keep scenes safe. Arriving in Lu, Sean and Hank fly to Palo, a beautiful slant nation in the Weber peacefully scenes place in a real place, and it is known for its sterling natural beauty, its clear blue waters, and its rich sea life. It is one of the most beautiful place in the world, and the film uses it sermon to great office. In Palu, they are looking for someone to take them to the coordinates for from the messages. This is not easy. Most pilots do not want to fly into the middle of the ocean toward coordinates that are not on any official map. The weather in that areas is also known to be very geniusly. They eventually find a local man named Gaboto, played by Goosey Gosman. Gabato is a funny and label chanter. He is not actually the most skilled or expressed pilot, but he is willing to take the job. He has a dream of making money to give his together a better future. He runs a small hill helicopter tour business that is not going very well. Gobato has a gather named Galani. She is played by Venus Orders. Galani is beautiful, smart, and capable. She does not take much of her father risque business choices, but she loves him dearly. Dearly, she is not happy about this particular trip, and she is not say about saying so. Scene is immediately charmed by Kalani. He tries to impress her, but she is not easily impressed. Their back and forth is fun to watch throughout the movie. Into the Stone. Gobato's helicopter takes the group toward the coordinates. At first, the sky is clear and the ocean is blue and calm. But as they get closer to the location, things change very quickly. They fly into a massive storm, the kind of storm that looks like a sold wall of dark clouds and lightning. It is terrifying. The helicopter shakes and bonuses. Everyone is searched. Gavato struggles to keep the helicopter under control. Then they pass through the storm, and everything goes quiet. The clouds part, and below them they see something extraordinary, an island. It is the most beautiful and strong island any of them have ever seen. It is lush and green and full of colors, strong formations of rock rush up from the water around it, wonderfully pour down from high cliffs, and as they get closer, they realize that something is very unusual about this island. The plants is against everything is oversized. It is like a wood that has been turned upside down. But before they can take it all in properly, the helicopter is caught in the turbulence around it island. They rush and helicopter comes down hard and everyone barely makes it out alive. The helicopter is destroyed. First step on the slant. The group finds themselves on the shore of the island. They are shaken but not seriously hurt. They take a moment to get their bearings and look around, and then the island really starts to show itself. They are surrounded by enemies, flowers, butterflies the size of small cars flutters through the air. The trees are massive, like something out of a fantasy story. And then they see something that really surprise them. Tiny elephants Many tours elephants no bigger than a dog walking through the underground. The role of the slant as Alexander will late explain is that everything is opposite is size. Things that are big in the normal world are tiny or things that are small in the normal world are huge or so elephants are tiny and bears are animals, lizards are kittens, and so on. While they are exploring and trying to figure out her out where they are and what to do next. They are suddenly confronted by one of those gantways. It is the size of a small car and it is very aggressive. Everyone runs. They hide and try to escape the bee. And the scene of both is both funny and thrilling. It sets the tone for the whole film. Danger and comedy mixed together in a way that is exacting but never really frightening for younger views. Finding Alexander after the bee incident, the group continues deeper into the island. Scene is looking for his grandfather. He calls out, he searches, and eventually he finds him. Alexander Anderson is played by Mitchell Scene. Mitchell Scene is one of the most respected and beloved actors in the world. He has been making movies for over 60 years. 60 years and has appeared in everything from serious dreams to fun adventures films. Here he plays a cheerful, eccentric, and brilliant old man who has been living on the slant and studying it carefully. Alexander is third to see. Seen, he is also surprised to see Hank, and he is not exactly welcoming toward him. Alexander is the kind of man who goes his own way. He does not really think about what other people want or need. He is consumed by his passion for discovery and adventures. Alexander has been living in a kind of camp on the slant. He has maps, journals, notice, and equipments. He has been exploring the slant and cataloging everything has been found. He is journalists accepted about all of it. He is generally exacted about all of it and cannot want to share what he knows. The meeting between Scene and Alexander is warm and emotional. These two clearly love each other deeply, but this is also tension between Alexander and Hank, who have very different personalities and very different ideas about what is best of scene, exploring the island. What with Alexander as their guide, the group begins to explore the island more broadly. These exploiting scenes are some of the most vi- visually stunning in the film. The island is rendered with beautiful special effects and vibrant colors. It really feels like a place out of a dream or a fairy tale. They ride on the tiny elephants, which is both adorable and paradoxically. They see plants that glow at night. They discover strange galactic formations. They visit a beach made of golden sand that sparkles in the sunlight. They find ancient runs that suggest people lived on this island long, long ago. Alexander explains the island's history as Jules once described it. The island has connections to many famous stories and legends. According to Alexander, the island is actually Atlantis, the legendary lost city that people have searched for throughout history. It has also been described as Treasure Island, as Captain Nemo's home from 20,000 luxurious under the sea, and as the land described and Gulliver's travel. All of these famous fictional places are one and the same is Iceland. Scene is factories and delegated. Hank is also impressed though he remains practical and concerned about how they are going to get off the island. Caption Nemo's submerge. One of the most exacting discoveries on the island is Captain Nemo's submerge. The naturals in July's version famous novel 20,000 Ligorius under the sea. Caption Nemo is a brilliant and mysterious man who travels to ocean in the remarkable submarines. The submarines is called the natures, and it is considered on the most astonished which in the all of flexion. Alexander has found the natural on the island. It is old and has been sitting there for a very long time. But Alexander believes that it can still be made to work. He planned all along. He has been to fix up the natural and use it to escape the island. This gives the group a goal: fix the submarines. This is where the team really starts to work together. Each person brings their skill. Hank knows about machines from his Navy training. Alexander knows the design of the submarine from his students. Gabato is handy with tools. Even Scene and Kalani do their parts. The scenes of them working on the submarine are fun and filled with banter. Scene and Kalani grow. Hank and Alexander also slowly develop a growing respect for each other, even though they are very different people. The island starts to sink. While all of this is happening, something deeply worrying becomes apparent. The island is sinking. This is not a sudden of dramatical thing. At first, the happiness slowly water levels rise a little center low lying parts of the island become flooded. Alexander noticed it first and admonished to the group that is the island sinks beneath the oceans and then rise again on a cackle, but the cackle is shorter than he expected. The island is going to go under much sooner than he planned. The cracks are real scenes of urgency. They do not have weeks to fix the submarine. They might only have days or less. The group works harder and faster. The aggressor brings out both the best and the worst in people. There are arguments. Alexander and Hank clash about priorities. Scene feels torn between his loyalty to his grandfather and his growing respect for Hank. Kalani worries about her father, who tends to panic under pressure under pressure.